You may have been so excited about the trailer that you missed certain things. So here are 10 things you may have missed in the new Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm including spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled for The Last Jedi, abandon ship now. Everyone else, let's begin.
Number 1. Kylo versus the Praetorian Guards. Just in case you don't know, the Praetorian Guards are Snoke's own personal guard and are supposed to be pretty badass. In the scene where Kylo is talking to Snoke, we see them in the background.
Thanks to a behind-the-scenes reel, either Kylo fights all the Praetorian Guards or just some of them.
Seeing them in the background of this shot may be when Kylo fights them. Not for defecting, but as training or a test from Snoke. Number 2. Fulfill your destiny. Oddly enough, Snoke's line in the trailer about fulfilling your destiny was said by another would-be ruler of the galaxy, Palpatine.
So how is this connected and what does this mean? Well, maybe people that want to rule the galaxy just really like certain phrases. Or maybe Snoke has more in common and a deeper connection with Palpatine and the Sith than we think.
Number 3. The new Guerrilla Walker. In the scene where we see Kylo's shuttle flying over some ATs, likely on Crate, attacking the Resistance, we see the AT-M6s, also known as the First Order Heavy Assault Walker, or Guerrilla Walker. This new AT was designed specifically for The Last Jedi. It is much larger than the traditional AT-AT, has a mega caliber 6 cannon on its back, and is the biggest walker the First Order has.
It's also much, much more stable than the Empire's AT-ATs, so good luck trying that cable trick again, filthy rebels.
Speaking of Crate, number 4. We can tell that Kylo is most likely on Crate due to the red minerals and crystals. That means the new AT-M6s are on Crate, as well as Kylo and the Stormtroopers are also on Crate. And obviously in this scene, Chewbacca is piloting through some mines of Crate.
So a lot of characters are converging on this location.
Number 5. Phasma's new weapon. Phasma, understandably, was underwhelming in The Force Awakens. To counter that extreme letdown, Disney has released a book entitled Phasma, which honestly made her out to be a completely terrifying badass. In the trailer, when she's fighting with Finn, we see her using a new weapon, a silver spear.
This weapon was shown in some of the promotional photos, but we learn in the book Phasma it was one of her primary weapons, and she is super deadly with it. I'd imagine Finn is about to get his ass kicked. Payback's a bitch.
Number 6. Kylo's scar. Many of us noticed his scar had been moved in other promotional material. Basically, they didn't like how Kylo's scar looked during filming of The Last Jedi, so they moved it over, which is really noticeable, but I guess you gotta have those aesthetics. We see Kylo's nifty, essentially future space bandages, I'm calling it, throughout the trailer, likely holding together skin to heal from that gnarly lightsaber wound he took last movie. However, the bandage is gone towards the end of the trailer.
Meaning while he'll have it throughout the film, it'll be gone towards the end, which means the scene where he reaches out his hand is likely at the end of the film.
Number 7. Poe's new ride. In the trailer, we see Poe's newly redesigned X-Wing, codename Black One. The Resistance engineers added additional thrust, and the ship now contains a temporary accelerator pod, which allows for a boost, enabling Poe to speed past the First Order.
While the boost is just temporary, it is enough to get Poe beyond the turbo laser fire of the First Order Star Destroyers.
Number 8. Still on ships, we also got to see Kylo's special tie in action. This one-of-a-kind ship was also specially designed for The Last Jedi. Kylo's tie is called the Silencer and is designed to not only look like the Empire's TIE Interceptor, but also to look like Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
As we know, Kylo is an expert pilot from the skills passed down from his father. I expect to see some crazy piloting in this film.
Rey and Kylo. This final scene had a lot of people pumped for a Kylo-Rey team-up, until you notice the lighting on their faces is different, and the backgrounds don't make sense for them being in the same scene. Rey appears to be in a cave we've already seen Luke in, meaning she's likely saying this line to Luke, who is reluctant to train her. Kylo is likely reaching his hand out to his mother. He does have the same eyes facial expression he had when reaching out to his father, or perhaps Poe.
So Rilo shippers, don't get your hopes up.
Number 10, the Porg.
Who are we kidding? You definitely noticed that Porg that Disney definitely didn't make to sell more toys to kids.
Porgs are flat-muzzled avian creatures that are super inquisitive and live on Ahch-To. During The Last Jedi, Chewbacca is going to be spending some time with these little guys. What's cool about this clip is that in the Star Wars blips, stowaway, we see a Porg as a, well, stowaway. It proceeds to harass Chewbacca and BB-8. This clip isn't necessarily canon, but could be a hint that the Porg we saw in the trailer is a stowaway that Chewie allows to stay on.
So hopefully in this list there was at least one thing you didn't catch. Oh, and did you see the shot of Carrie Fisher's daughter in the trailer? Oh, and the fact that Luke had a hole in his hand where he was shot in Return of the Jedi? So cool.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.